Hey guys, it is Sunday and I am back in the United States. I am back home in my apartment in Houston. Um, we flew back late Friday night. I think we got back to the apartment about midnight on Friday night. So, um, I experienced some feelings in Mexico that I never expected to feel or anticipated to feel. And that was one of being alone and in a place where I didn't belong. I didn't expect or anticipate the language barrier to be such an issue for me. And it's like when you are in a place where you don't understand anyone and you go to a store and you're guessing at what the products are because you can't read the labels. And I was very grateful that my boyfriend is bilingual. And when I was with him, he was able to be the communicator. But there were days when he was at the hospital and I was by myself. And I would try to go to the store and get things that we needed. And I felt, even around people, I felt very isolated. And I used the Google Translate app as best as I could, which is great for being able to ask questions, but you don't know what the answers are. Like they give you an answer and you're trying to decipher what it was to type it into the Google Translate, and it's just I learned that I needed to ask questions that were yes no answers or make statements. And oh, it was hard. I felt very just a weird feeling I didn't anticipate. And my boyfriend's like, "I'm so sorry you felt that way. I didn't think about that." I'm like, "Well, I didn't think about that either." And it's not a big deal. It was just a weird feeling that I identified. Just definitely feeling like I was out of place and didn't belong. Not to mention the fact that everyone in Mexico is like 5'2", and I'm 6'6", white as a ghost, and I have blue hair. So I mean, I stick out anyway, but I definitely stuck out in Mexico. Um, when you look at me and you're like American, um, but overall the trip was nice. The surgery that my boyfriend had went very well. Um, he's already walking around and doing all the things he's supposed to do post op, and he's doing well. Um, on a SAA front, I actually had something happen that I'm pretty proud of. When I was an acting addict, being in a hotel by myself was a playground. The apps were open. Whoever was close was invited. And that's pretty much whenever I traveled by myself. And there were 2 days when I was at the hotel by myself because my boyfriend had to stay at the hospital. And at no point did I think about downloading the apps or acting out or what could I get away with. I never had those thoughts. Those thoughts never crossed my mind. And as a recovering addict, I look at those and I'm like, that's a pretty big thing. That's, for me, that's a really big thing. And I was prepared. I know that if I needed to reach out to my SAA brothers, I could absolutely reach out to them, let them know that I was in a troubling situation or I was close to acting out. But I never had those moments. So I'm proud of myself for that. Little things, but I'm proud of myself for that. Um, my boyfriend was worried that he was irritating me because I kind of shut down emotionally. And I thought about it for a while. And I'm like, you know what? When my sister got married, I sang at her wedding. I was an emotional wreck. And then I turned everything off and I sang because that's what I needed to do. When my uncle passed away, I was asked to sing at his funeral. I was an emotional wreck. I shut off my emotions. I sang because that's what I needed to do. When the Nisqually earthquake hit, and it was my first morning opening as a manager at my store in the mall, I took care of everything I needed to take care of. I took care of the registers. I got the store closed. I got the employees out into the parking lot. And then when I did, I had an emotional breakdown. But I did the job I needed to do without my emotions getting involved. And it was my first earthquake. It was scary. And I kept thinking of examples where when I had a job to do, how I shut my emotions down. I turned them off to focus on the job I needed to do. And right now, the job I need to do is to take care of my boyfriend as he's recovering from surgery. And I have found that just like historical patterns have indicated, my emotions have shut off. I have shut down. I've become very stoic. You know, if I have to help him out in the shower, it's very procedural. I mean, there's no romance there. There's no intimacy there. It's just procedural. And so he pointed that out, and I thought about it, and I'm like, that's exactly what's happened. I've shut down emotionally. So I need to remember that he's not just a project. He's not just a job. He is my boyfriend. He's someone that I love and that I care for, that I'm happy to be taken care of. And he needs my emotional side as much as he needs my support side. So I have to remember that. I have to try to find a way to turn the emotions back on. Because I still feel very emotionally constipated. There's a good one. So I need to work on ways to try and open that up and be more than just a nurse. So, didn't talk to my son a whole lot this past week. I think I talked to him once. He has not been a fan of calling me, and that's upsetting for me. And I keep reminding him that, Papa wants to hear from you. But I guess there's other stuff going on, and he's too busy to call Papa. And I try not to call him because I don't know what he's got going on. I don't know what he's doing, if he's in Taekwondo class, or if he's studying, or reading a book, or playing with his friends. But I think I'm going to have to start bothering him, because I need to talk to him more than just once a week and then seeing him on Fridays. I need more Papa time than that. I feel like as a parent, I should get more time with that than that. So life returns to normal tomorrow. I go back to work. I have a meeting. I looked at my calendar when I got back yesterday. I have a meeting with my new manager to go over the details of the offer. So that will be exciting. I have a meeting with my probation officer tomorrow, and they're doing a P test. Not a problem. And what else do I have going on tomorrow? And then later this week, I have a therapy appointment. So nothing major is going on. I am behind on my music for my rehearsal for chorus, but I'll get on top of that at some point. Right now, it's just kind of focusing on getting a new pattern in place for existing, because my boyfriend's going to be here for a week, quarantining for his parents. So just kind of moving on and accepting whatever the new normal is. I'm finding myself not eating a lot because I don't want to eat in front of my boyfriend, but that's too much information. Anyway, that's it, guys. It's going to be an exciting week. I should have some great things to update y'all with next week. Check on your friends. Tell them hi. Remind them you love them and thinking about them. Check on your loved ones. Remind them that you love them and that you're thinking about them. Check on yourself. Make sure you're doing okay. Make sure you're doing your self-care. I got a pedicure. We got pedicures today just because I was needing some self-care. And I got to recolor my hair this week because my roots are growing out. So make sure you're doing your self-care. All right, guys. That's it. I love y'all. I will check in with y'all next Sunday. Bye.